Hello, my name is DesiC. Today I'm giving you the best 1 to 99 rage guide in old school Runescape. Before the guide starts, consider subscribing for future uploads. Thank you guys, that means a lot. Okay, to make everything very simple and understandable for you guys, I will put timestamps where is what, so you could skip to the right part you need, but of course watching the whole video would be great as well, lol. Guide content. First of all, we will talk about range skill. Second is very important to talk about the equipment. Third is the fastest ways to 99 ranged. As well, we will talk about AFK methods to 99, and last but not least I will include free to play methods. Okay guys, so let's get started. Ranged is one of the 3 combat classes in old school Runescape. It involves using bows, crossbows and thrown weapons to damage opponents, from a distance of course, and ranged armor can mostly be made from animal hides. Players who specialize in these skills are known as rangers and archers. Oh my god, rangers and archers, holy crap. Rangers are capable of having the highest accuracy of any combat type, boosting a maximum of plus 234 to range attack, beating both magic with a maximum of plus 152 and melee with a maximum of plus 170 to slash. For this reason, it is often used against monsters with very high defense. The combat triangle dictates that rangers are strong against mages but weak against melee fighters. The ability to attack from a distance means that a player can safe spot a melee monster while fighting from safety. Keep in mind that some melee monsters have high range defense, so a high range level may be needed. Crossbows are useful against monsters with high defense as they are very accurate. There are 3 ranged equipment stats, 2 for attack, range attack and range strength, and 1 for defense, called ranged defense. Note, in the case of crossbows and bows, the bows provide the range attack and the ammo provides range strength, while with darts, knives and throwing axes, where the ammo is the weapon, both stats are provided by the weapon. This is in the contrast to common misconception that the higher arrows and bolts are the better use than the lower ones. Weapons. The rapid combat stance gives the fastest attack speed of all 3 stances while having a lower maximum hit compared to the accurate and long range stances, which have the higher maximum hit. The accurate stance treats your range level as it were 3 higher than it really is. The long range stance increases range by 1, while the rapid stance does not boost range at all. However, the accurate and long range stances have lower attack speeds. Also, the long range stance gives defense experience, as the name suggests, has a longer reach. When training range, it is recommended to always use the most effective armor you can afford. Throwing knives are popular for training at lower levels due to their fast attack speed and range strength bonuses. If throwing knives are too expensive, darts a cheaper alternative, you may use them as well. The rapid attack mode gives the best XP per hour. For all of those weapons and armors in old school Runescape, I will leave a link in the description for you to see. Now I just want to say that the Twisted Bow is one of the most powerful ranged weapons in the game. Being able to hit extremely high on certain monsters, it has a passive ability that increases its accuracy and damage based on the target's magic level. This weapon costs at the moment 1 billion GP, so not many people have it. So the link is down in the description. Okay, so from levels 1 to 45, for the best and fastest experience in the game, you will be training with cannon. The best spot for your training with cannon is the lighthouse, but before you can enter the lighthouse, you will need to complete a quest which is called Horror from the Deep. It requires 35 agility, but it can be boosted, and you will need Alfred Grimhand's Barcrowl mini quest. Simply take your cannon, place it in the middle of the Dagonauts and wait for the XP drops. Very easy, and by doing this you will get around 80k XP per hour, which is really fast, but you will lose around 10 GP per XP, so make sure you have a little bit of money on your hands. From levels 45 to 99, you will be training with Chinchampas. Throwing Chinchampas and maniacal monkeys, commonly known as chinning, in Druk's dungeon on Apathols is an expensive but far the fastest way to train range in the game. This requires having started chapter 2 of the quest Monkey Madness 2. To train with Great Chinchampas at level 45, you will be losing around 2 million GP per hour. With Red Chinchampas from level 55, you'll be losing about 4 million GP per hour. And from level 65 with Black Chinchampas, you'll be losing about 6 million GP per hour. It is the best to use equipment that maximizes the player's range damage and prayer bonuses because of the low defense of the maniacal monkeys. Void Knight equipment is fast cost superior to dragon hide or armadillo armor due to the damage boosting set effect. Maniacal monkeys frequently drop one dose prayer potions, which negates the cost of using protect from melee and damage boosting prayers. Players who have completed hard tasks in the Mauritania diary and have level 80 prayer can alternatively use a bone crusher necklace to restore prayer points. Experience rates scale depending on the player's equipment and range level. Even at just level 45, players can gain up to 250,000 experience per hour using regular Chinchompas, increasing to 350 to 400k XP per hour at level 55 using red Chinchompas, and to 500k XP to 550k XP per hour at level 65 using black Chinchompas. At level 99 it is possible to gain up to 950k experience per hour, which is really insane, guys. And wow, almost 1 million XP per hour. Oh boy, that's a lot. From levels 1 to 45 to 70 you will be killing crabs. Killing crabs is fairly fast, AFKable and very affordable way to train range at low levels. There are 4 types of crabs the player can train on, but they all have high hit points, very low defense and deal minimal damage. They become aggressive when walked by and stay aggressive for around 10 minutes. After 10 minutes the player has to reset aggressiveness by running away for enough, usually a minimum length. The player should choose a spot that makes 2 or 3 spawns aggressive at the same time. Having at least 30 defense is recommended before starting range training on these monsters to mitigate the damage. Commnets crabs on Fossil Island, they have 100 hit points, making them the best option of the 4. They also drop undefined fossils, which can be turned in for experience lamps in Varrock Museum after cleaning. Swamp crabs on the southern east coast of Port Phasmatis, they have 75 hit points and are weak to range and reside in a single combat zone. Sand crabs on Hasidia's house, they have 60 hit points and have no quest requirements, but are usually very crowded, guys, so I don't recommend really to go to them. Rock crabs on Relica, they have no quest requirements and are usually less crowded than sand crabs, but only have 50 hit points. Recommended equipment: highest level throwing knife up to rune you are able to use. They have the highest damage output but are significantly more expensive compared to the other options. Magic shortbow imbued or U shortbow below level 50 with rune arrows. This offers slightly less damage output than using rune knives, but it's significantly cheaper. Amethyst arrows can be used with magic shortbow imbued for extra damage. Recommended equipment: highest level throwing knife up to rune you are able to use. They have the highest damage output but are significantly more expensive compared to other options. Magic shortbow imbued or U shortbow below level 50 with rune arrows. This offers slightly less damage output than using rune knives, but it is cheaper. Amethyst arrows can be used with magic shortbow imbued for extra damage. However, they are notably more expensive compared to rune. Highest level darts up to mithril or adamant you are able to use. They are cheaper, deal decent damage and are easy to buy from Grand Exchange. Adamant bars have comparable damage output to using a shortbow with rune arrows, and it is usually cheaper to use a former option. Durgashan crossbow with the bone bolts. This offers the worst damage output compared to above options, but is usually the cheapest. However, steel or mithril darts are usually comparable in terms of cost, and they offer notably higher damage output. Using other crossbows is not recommended due to their low attack speed, which makes them worse in damage output compared to the darts or magic shortbow imbued with rune arrows. At level 30, it is strongly recommended to complete Animal Magnetism to get access to Eva's device. They will return your ammo provided that you are not wearing metallic body, for example chain body, which will save you a lot of money and time, as you will not have to buy as many bolts and need to pick them up as often. At level 50, Ava's accumulator can be purchased, which will decrease the amount of arrows lost substantially. Since the crabs have very low defense, having the highest possibly accuracy bonuses is not too important, as accuracy has minimal effect on the damage output. At low levels, it is still a good idea to at least upgrade your body and leg slot equipment as you level, since they give the most accuracy and defense bonuses of all the slots. Start out by wearing the leather cowl leather body, leather vibrances, and leather chaps. Other optional but useful items include an amulet of glory and a combat bracelet. Once you hit 42 range, it is highly recommended to get a full void knight equipment with a ranger helm from the pest control minigame. Its damage boost set effect makes it substantially better dragon hide armor against low defense monsters, and it is also very useful to have if the player plans to train range later with chinning. If you're not going to get full knight equipment for range training, continue upgrading your equipment as you level up. At level 40 range, you can wear green dragon hide armor, requires 40 defense and completion of dragon slayer for body. Upon completion of the Fremenic trials, you can also wear an archer helm with 45 defense and spined armor which has stats equivalent to green dragon hide. Switch to blue dragon hide armor at level 50, and at level 60 switch to red dragon hide armor. From level 70 to 99 you will be using Nightmare Zone. Using the normal customizable rumble setup in Nightmare Zone is a viable AFK training method for players who cannot afford Chinchampas. With this method, the player does not need to interact with the client for 10-20 minutes, after which the player will stop attacking the monsters. Using a magic shortbow imbued and amethyst or rune arrows with super ranging and absorption potions, the experience rate can be around 60 to 70,000 experience per hour with minimal cost and barely any attention required. Higher rates can be achieved by using the toxic blowpipe, but it's not recommended at the higher cost. For more information about the Nightmare Zone, I will leave a link in the description for you to see. Free-to-play range training. So if you just started, we'll be heading to beginner level monsters. Chickens, combat level 1, cows, combat level 2, or goblins, combat level 2. For starters, training on Lumbridge is considered the best as there are plenty of chickens, cows and goblins around the area. In addition, these monsters in Lumbridge has also plenty of food available, a tutor fishing spot in the south, a fishing spot near the goblin house, a cow ranch. Mid-level monsters, hill giants, combat level 28. Hill giants are monsters commonly trained on by mid-level rangers in free-to-play worlds. They can be found in Edgewood Dungeon. Brass key is recommended to get to the hill giants immediately. Wilderness, southeast of the Black Salamander Hunter area, only 2 hill giants, and lava maze. Hill giants can often drop iron arrows and occasionally steel arrows to restock the player, but the player would still likely run out of arrows training on the hill giants. Hill giant drop big bones that they'll always drop that can be used for prayer training or selling them at Grand Exchange for coins, but will significantly reduce range training time. They also commonly drop items that can be sold at Grand Exchange for profits such as Limprod roots, nature runes and body talismans. High level monsters, lizard demons, combat 82. Lizard demons are popular because they drop rune meta helms and other stuff. This is it for this 1 to 99 range guide in the old school Runescape. I hope you enjoyed, guys. If you did, consider subscribing for future content, and as always, thank you and have a nice day, guys.